Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is the player ratings for Everton 1, Man City 3. Don't forget to check out the match reaction as well. We are here for the player ratings, so let's just get into it. I'm not going to spend too long on each player because it was a very samey performance really from a lot of players, especially the defence, but let's just get into it. Jordan Pickford, I'll give him a 5. Now, some people might be saying, why aren't you giving him a 1? Well, he made a lot of good saves today. Not too many world-class saves or anything. But I thought he was called on quite a bit and dealt with some shots, especially in the first half. Don't think the first 2 goals were his fault at all. Nothing he could do about them. One was deflection, the other one was a wonder shot. And the third one, he got a hand to it, but it was very, very fast-paced and a very powerful shot. Now, I do think he probably could have done better, but I don't think it was as bad as some people are making out, to be honest. I think it's just easy to jump on Pickford. And you might totally disagree with that. That's fine. That's just my opinion. I don't think he was as bad as everyone making out because of that one little shot, that one little mistake, really. That was probably a half mistake because, like I said, it was a very, very fast-paced and powerful shot. There you go. Mason Holgate, I've given him a 5 as well. The hardest player to rate today because he just wasn't in the game much. He was right back at the start, didn't really affect anything there. When Mina went off, he went to centre-half with Keaton. And Man City did get through a few times, didn't he? I mean, he just wasn't really in the game at all. I didn't see him do much. He made a few tackles here and there and a few clearances, but I don't think he had many standout moments today, Holgate. Yeah, I've given him a 5. I don't remember him doing too much, to be honest, to affect anything. Yerry Mina, who went off injured, I've given him a 6. Thought he was doing all right when he was on. Tried to get us forward a little bit from the defending line. Always looks forward, he's got to look forward, he's in defence, but I mean, he always tries to, push us up. I've said it many times. Was doing all right, Mina. Got a few blocks in and stuff, but he was only on the pitch for 15 minutes. I've given him a 6. Michael Keane, I've also given him a 6. I thought he was the better out of the 2 centre-halves today, Mina and Holgate. Holgate looked like he was on the right, actually, for a bit in the second half, but I think that's just because we were trying to get a goal back. The defence was everywhere today, let's be honest. But I've given Michael Keane a 6. I thought he had some really good moments today, the first half, where the ball was coming in and he got a head to it. If he didn't get the head to it, it was a goal. I can't remember who it was for City, but he would have scored. There was just a few moments like that where he sort of got in the way and got the blocks in the way and stuff. But they have scored 3 goals. Not really Michael Keane's fault, many of them, let's be honest, but I thought he done okay. He done okay. Ben Godfrey, I gave him a 6 as well. Looked good on the ball, Godfrey, at times. He was another player who weren't really in the game too much, a bit like Holgate. I thought he was in the game a bit more than Holgate. But he went to that left-back position, didn't he? He was playing left-back most of the game, but it wasn't really one of them where we were allowing him to get forward much and stuff. He just had to sit there, basically. That's all he had to do, and done his job for the most part. City are always going to cause defences problems, no matter who's in your defence. They are always going to cause them problems because they're that good. But Godfrey, I thought he done alright. I give him a 6. Tom Davies, I've actually given him a 7. Now, I thought Tom Davies was doing well in midfield, breaking the play up, trying to get hold of the ball and find little angles and stuff here and there. And I thought he done well. I don't know why he got dragged off. I wouldn't have brought him off. He got dragged off and Gylfi Sigurdsson went into his role. What was the point of that? Just take Sigurdsson off and leave Davies to do what he's been doing. I thought he done alright, Davies, today, and I feel like he's improved. Even though we haven't played great over the last few weeks, he's been one of the better standout players for us. I thought he done alright. I've given him a 7. Decore, give him a 6. Was very energetic. Should have shot in the first half with that half volley. Should have shot. But not everything went for him today. Some things bounced off of him. Some things went for him. He did get a few challenges in here and there. Was always trying to bomb forward, up and down, box to box. But didn't really affect the play too much. And I think he had to be a little bit careful there because he was on a yellow from about 25 minutes in. So he had the derby on his mind probably, and he couldn't just rush into challenges, I suppose. But he done alright, Decore. It was okay. I mean, you've got to understand, I think it was a pretty not even game. City were probably dominant, I'll give them that, but without causing us a whole range of, like, it wasn't attack after attack after attack. They had plenty of attacks, but it wasn't one after the other. There was large gaps where we didn't allow them to have shots and stuff. So I don't think they battered us or anything like that, but they were dominant on the ball, but I don't think they battered us. Where it was just, testing Pickford every 2 seconds and stuff like that. But Decore in the middle of the park done a job. I give him a 6. Look at Dean, I give him a 5. He was on the left mid today instead of left back. I thought he struggled a little bit today, Dean. I know he did. Probably get an assist for Richarlison. Don't know if that counts if it's off the post. I don't think it does, actually. But I thought he struggled today. There was a moment where he had a load of space and just crossed it and just made a mess of it in the second half. He just couldn't really find his feet today, Dean. The effort was there, but one of his worst games in most recent weeks for us, I feel. It wasn't terrible, but didn't really affect the game much. I don't think he was... I think he was a little bit frustrated with himself at times as well. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've given him a 4 and I've crossed it out to a 5 because I do think he maybe could have done better for that third goal. He was strolling a little bit, but I thought till he went in that defensive midfield role, I thought he was doing okay. I know people are going to disagree with that because they hate Gylfi Sigurdsson. Look, I don't like him. I don't think he's a good player. We should get rid of him. But you've got to stay level-headed, and I think he'd done okay, especially in the first half. I thought he was trying a little bit more, especially more than last week. Ultimately, he's a ghost at most of the time, isn't he? But I do think the effort was there a little bit more from him today. Like I said, when he went into the defensive midfield role, that's where he vanished out of the game, if he weren't in it much anyway. But 5 is not a very good score anyway. People think 5 might be a good score, and I deserve to give him a 2 or a 3. I don't think he was that bad. Probably could have done better for the third goal, though. Just give him a 5. It's just a player rating. It's just my opinion. Who am I? Alex Iwobi, I've given him a 6. Maybe could have been a 7. I thought he'd done alright today, Alex Iwobi, but I've just given him a 6 because he'd done everything right, passing wise and stuff. But there was a moment where he crossed it in the first half, had quite a bit of time, and didn't find anyone. It was just his attacking final ball, really. But he was passing the ball well. He was always cutting inside and trying to make things happen. I don't think he had a bad game at all today, Iwobi, but didn't really do anything fully attacking wise. He just opened up a few gaps here and there, but done alright. Didn't really lose the ball. Find his way out of danger a few times as well. So I've given Alex Iwobi a 6. Richarlison, I'll give him a 7. Now, I thought along with Davies, they were our best 2 players today. Didn't have much to work with, but when he got the ball, he was always trying to take it forward, hold it up, trying little neat passes and spraying it wide here and there. Held the ball up really well and scored. I know he didn't mean it, but he was in the right place at the right time. So I thought Richarlison was energetic today, and I thought he had a good game. Probably the bright spark of the match up front there. So I'll give him a 7. Subs, Coleman came on. Done alright, Coleman. I don't think he got forward as much as he'd like to, but I've given him a 6. Second half, last half an hour, he was getting challenges in here and there. Battling for it. It was a little too late, but I thought he'd done okay, Coleman. Went on the full game. He came on for anyway after about 15 minutes. Josh King, I give him a 5. I don't think he'd done anything really, did he? I mean, he just couldn't get into the game at all. Give him a 5. James Rodriguez, I've also given him a 5. I don't think he affected the game either. Done a few nice little passes here and there, but it was too late for him. It was too late. We should have started him. We should have. He's one of our best players. We're playing one of the best teams. Start him. It's a no-brainer. Hope he starts on Saturday because he can unlock defences like not anyone else can on that pitch. And that is the player ratings. Don't forget to check out the match reaction as well. And please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks very much, everyone. See you later.